What happened? Where'd she go?
Ba?
Yay! Who do we have here but the one and only Tina Mares? Hey, welcome, Tina. How are you?
Hi, everyone.
Thank you very
I am
much, ladies
doing
and
great.
gentlemen. Thank
A
you for
little bit
joining us
tired, but I'm
here.
doing good.
Yeah, I know. It's me. Sorry. Okay, can you hear me now? How do I sound?
You sound great.
Can you hear me?
I can
Tina,
hear you.
Tina, can you hear
It's
me?
choppy.
It's choppy.
It sounds a little bit up, like it's coming in. And can you hear me?
You can hear
Can you
yeah,
hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. I think you're a little lagging. You're choppy. Yeah. So anyway, looks like she's having a bad connection. So it may be just that. So that's okay. So why don't you just go ahead and try to log back in and log back out. And while you
All
do
right, I'll be.
that, let's go ahead. That's okay. Try it out real quick. We'll talk. All right.
Oh,
So first of all, kudos on your hair. I love your hair.
thank you. I washed it. Nothing fancy. I just like let's wash it. Um. No,
That's
actually, I straightened it. It's really not this straight. I kind of have like a straight wavy thing going on with a lot of frizz. But this morning I was like, you know what? I'm gonna straighten my hair. So yeah, ta-da.
ta-da! There we are. She's back. She's back, 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 back. Welcome back, Tina.
That's way
So how
better. I
have
could
you been?
totally, way better.
All right, cool,
I have
cool.
been in okay.
You've been good. You've been good. For
I've
those of
been
y'all who
good.
just
I've been
joined us,
good.
thank you so very much. Today we have the one and only Tina Mares here with us today.
Yay!
Thank
Yes,
you
yes,
guys for
yes.
having me. It's truly an honor.
No, well, thank you
I
for
heard so
joining
much
us.
about you guys.
You are like joining us, and for those of you that are true Tejano fans, Tina has been in the Tejano business for quite some time. She is making a comeback with her new song "200 Copas," which is a I
Aw.
mean, it's an awesome song. It's she's got her own little flair. You
Yes,
know,
yes, yes.
but you've taken some time. You've got a very storied it's like a movie. You got this really interesting life that you've lived. You
Ay, ay,
come into
ay.
this come into the business. Okay, so here I'm gonna give you just like this is
Cliff notes.
okay. So here we go. I gotta do my movie voice, that 1980s movie voice. Ladies and gentlemen, and now we begin. The story of Tina Mares. It starts off with Tina going and making her single. Then, after that, she goes to record her second music video in Las Vegas. And guess what happens? She gets married. Vegas.
I got married in Vegas. There's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
Yeah, but she was actually
I
going to make a
did.
video and then Viva Las Vegas. Thank you very much. Something
I mean,
about Elvis and
maybe
her
she
pelvis.
made a different kind of video in
Yeah,
Vegas.
something about
We
Elvis
don't
and her
talk
pelvis.
about those things.
It's like, oh, I'm
What's
living
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
That's
oh,
right.
oh, oh, oh. Married. That is cool. That is so cool. I mean, that's like the bomb. I really like thebomb.com. It was really cool. Mary Jane Menchaca, she says, "Hey, beautiful. How are you doing?" Hi, Mary Jane.
Oh, hi,
There's
Mary
our mom.
Jane.
That's really cool. But I mean,
Hey,
it's cool.
Mary Jane.
So she makes a music video, she gets married, and you've just lived this life. You keep singing, you have babies, and then you just kind of take a side step, and now you're back. And now you're back with this.
I'm back.
It's just
I'm back.
it's something
Hey,
that
Bumper.
bumpers here. Hey,
Hey,
bumper,
Bumper.
Succulent bumper. You know what? Hey, by the way, Bumps, that was pretty awesome. I got to see him at Fiesta. We were there the day that the incident happened there at Fiesta, where that person got
Yeah.
shot. That was terrible. But you know what? He was so awesome, entertaining. Thank you very much for being a friend. We were backstage at the Los Palominos. They were performing there. Thank you so very much. Tina's new single is fire. Yes, we were just talking about the 200
Hey.
that were on fire. We're talking about the greatness that is Tina Mares, and because it's really cool. I mean, delving into your whole background, trying to get some more information about you and try to find some more some more snippets, and and really trying to give it justice to the to who you are. And here we try to spread the word and try to get your music out there and get your music heard. And you
Yes.
know uh, um, you know, I'm assuming that you took the time so that way you could be a mom and enjoy yourself being a mom. Am I wrong, or what else was part of that as well?
Well, no. So what happened is I got COVID like in 2020 when it first hit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And after that, I started having vocal issues.
Oh gosh.
It started, yeah, I was really, really sick. And, I tried singing again and I started noticing that my throat started hurting every time I would sing. So I was like, okay, maybe I just need to take a little break and rest. Then I recorded Dos Copas in between that. And I'll be honest, I wasn't satisfied with my vocals. I feel like as a vocalist, we always feel like we can do better, right? But my producer Anthony Perez was like, no, like este está con madre, like you can feel the emotion and all this stuff, and I always trust his I always trust his instinct and his advice. So I sat on it for a little while, and then I got to a point to where my voice was just getting a little worse and worse, and I'm just like, I can't, like, it would hurt me, and I noticed I couldn't sing ranges that I normally would sing. And then I started getting depressed because of that, because as a vocalist, I've sang since I was 7, professionally 11. um, and that was my emotional outlet. When I was happy, sad, angry, I would sing my heart out until I couldn't anymore. So during this time where I haven't been able to express myself, it was very emotional. It was very depressing, to be honest with me, because we hang out with nothing but musician friends, and when we get together, everyone's singing. We do a whole karaoke thing and stuff like that, or not karaoke, it's a live band technically, but we sing everything and everything goes,
Right.
and I couldn't hit those ranges, so I would just like pretty much curling the ball inside and just be like, no, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. My husband, Billy Silva, would be like, when are you going to release Doscientos Copas? And I was like, oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I can do better. Well, with hopes that my voice would recover, you know, and I am proud to say that it is now. It's not 100%, but my voice has changed, my key range, and I'm ready to get back on stage. So that's where I'm at with that. But my husband, like I said, he kept pushing me and pushing me and pushing me to release the song. When are you gonna release the song? Him and my producer, when are you gonna release it? Did we just record it for nothing? And I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Right.
Because once you start releasing music, then people are gonna expect shows and stuff like that, or for you to sing it live and stuff like that. And I wasn't ready for that. And I've worked on it. I've been seeing doctors to check myself. If it's surgery that I need, then let's do it. You know what I mean? But I have to get back to that level where I can sing when I'm angry or sad.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
so that's kind of why I've taken a step back. It's been 3 years, to be honest with you. And then finally, actually fanfare. Everyone was like, "Why aren't you on stage? Why aren't you performing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just not feeling it right now." But because I was ashamed to say I can't right now. Because as a vocalist, I feel like we are like expectations are set.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It was I fans and musicians and DJs down. And so I was just, it's time. Like, it's time to release it. Hey, if people like it, then great. And if not, well, you know what? Hey, at least I said I did it right. So that's where I was at. The whole kid, I had my kid before before I was married, first of all. um, but as far as that video, my husband definitely surprised. We were engaged forever. And he was just like, you know what? I go, I'm hungry because I almost passed out in Vegas, right? Because of the heat. And we were recording the video. And I was like, take me to McDonald's or I'm going to throw up. Like, I feel like I'm going to pass out. I haven't eaten. Well, no, he took me.
You're in
We
Vegas
went
for
through a
no
drive
reason.
through
No.
chapel. Can you believe that?
Oh wow.
It was a drive-through chapel, and I pull up, and I'm like, "Are you serious right now? Is this really happening?" And he's like, "Yes, let's get married. Do you want to marry me?" I was like, "Okay, let's do it." So we got
Oh,
married, and it was just a great time.
Yeah, yeah. I'll have some fries, French fries. Can I have a set of rings, please? No, not
It
a
was
ring.
so. I still didn't even get to eat that the thing after that. I was in shock that I forgot I was hungry.
oh.
We we went to a pool party
Sweet.
right after that. It was fun.
And we got wasted, and it was
Yeah.
good. Wow, that's cool. I mean, yeah, I've gone to Vegas a lot of times, and I've never really actually. I think I've seen that chapel of love. I've seen it there.
I still
Because
have the little
I've seen the
tokens
sights.
saved as mementos.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I do too. I have a lot of the coins. They don't use them anymore. People are like, "What is that?" And I was like, "They used to have these dollar coins where you could put them in the slots." And but most of the time that I would go to Vegas was to work. I never went to like enjoy myself until here recently. But that's cool that that was a good part of your life, and I'm because that you've gone through kind of some of that. You're still going through some of that, some of the repercussions of COVID for your singing voice, and having
Yeah.
that. As a matter of fact, you
No,
know.
so I completely like can relate to you on that, Tina. Man, it's been a journey. My last bout with COVID, well, was actually just recently, but my bout before that, it was coming off of my tour with Adasa. At the very end, I came home and I wound up with COVID, but it didn't even feel like COVID. And this was, yeah, like my second or third time already. And all that was impacted was my vocals. Like I was just hoarse all the time. And it's been up
Yeah.
until just recently that finally my voice, my stamina is coming back. I don't go hoarse after an hour
Yes.
of just talking or singing. It's been a journey. So I totally relate to you, girl.
No, it's been so rough, and you can tell on my closest friends, like, I've cried to them, and I try to sing and I'm like, you see, I can't do it no more. And they're like, no. So I wouldn't go, no. So right away I'm like, it's my allergies, right? Because we're in Texas, why lie, right? Our allergies are just terrible here, right? So
Yes.
I go and I get all the needles put on my back, and I was like, I know it's allergies, right? No, hombre, they're like, you're not allergic to anything. I was like, but I have itchy eyes. I get hives. Like, my throat,
Yeah.
my voice goes away. I'm congested. They're like, no, here's this nasal spray. And I'm like, dude, I just got like all these needles stuck in my back. That wasn't fun. But but yeah, even with breathing, like with breathing,
Mhm.
work out every day. And like even trying now, like I'm winded. I'm very winded. But I'm leaving it to God, and I'm truly hoping that, maybe I just needed time to heal internally from all of
Yeah.
that. So we'll see.
That's true. Yeah.
I'll have to give you like all of the tips that I use. That's so far, fingers crossed, they've all been working. So I've got a list, and they're like all in order of like what to do when this
Do
happens.
this one.
Hey,
Do this
message me,
one.
girl. I'm willing to try anything.
Yes, we're all in this together, girl.
Yeah, go take my regimen. Go take my workout regimen because I used to go to the gym every day. Then I said, "Shit, if I take the car, I'll save so much time." So that's why I don't run anymore. So I just, oh, just kidding. DJ, DJ Rodman Rodriguez. He says, "What's up, guys? Hey, what are you doing, there, buddy?
Oh,
No,
hey.
we're just
Hey,
sitting here
DJ
chilling with
Rodman.
Tina Mares, one of the ones and only, you know." And Tina, I remember when you people are like, "Hey, you don't know who this is? This is Tina Mares. Put her on your show." Okay, it was like, you better put her on your show. And Ruby Ann, she's a sweetheart, but she was like, "You better
That's
put her on your
funny.
show." And I was like, "Okay, I will.
Yeah,
I'll do it."
I
I
love
was like,
her.
I
I
think
know I
he's like,
love her. Thanks, Ruby.
he was like, "Do it now." I was like, okay, yeah, sure."
Like, no pressure, right? No pressure.
Right? She's my
Yeah.
adopted daughter, so she's allowed to treat me that way. So she's,
Oh,
uh, but no, that's really really cool. And like I told you that night, we strive to try to get as many people, their music heard, because we believe that all music, all good music should be heard. It should be
Mhm.
given the opportunity to be heard. And your
thank
song,
you.
your music is really really good, and I've been listening to it and incorporating it into my playlist, into the station, so that we
Thank
can hear
you.
it.
Thank you for spinning my music. I appreciate the support. You have
Yeah,
no idea. It's like they say, you don't know what you got till it's gone, right?
right.
And I've been living that to the T. And it's been rough. It's been rough. But like I said, I'm not giving up. Not giving up for my fans, for all those people that continue to support me, even though it's been. So it's just about getting back into the mix and doing my thing. I'm actually already working on another song, which I'm
Mhm.
super excited. It's an original, um, written by Velia Zamora. I want to say her name is. Don't quote me on that. Um, but it's Velia for sure. She
Mhm.
used to write for Jennifer Pena, so I'm excited. I'm excited about it.
Awesome.
Um, so I'm gonna. I'll be. It's coming. I'm coming.
Well, speaking of creators, Rick Garcia just chimed in. He says, "Hey, hola mi gente, just walked into the studio. Thank you so much for
Hey,
Oh,
joining us,
Rick.
Rick.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in,
I
Rick."
think I know that guy.
Yeah, you kind of know that guy. No, I mean it's cool that you're staying true to the fans and staying true to yourself. You know what's unique about you is your lower register of your voice. Your voice is not it's not one of these high
High pitch.
high pitch. Yeah, it's got a you got a
Yeah.
lower, but it's a great tone. It's very it's a wonderful tone.
Sultry.
Yeah. Huh?
You know what? Believe it or not, I want a higher voice. I want like a higher pitch.
No, you don't. No,
I'm
you
like,
don't.
I want to sound like all the other girls, real high. I've always been, like ronca.
Mhm.
Period. Even when my voice was a little, when I was able to reach those, I've always had a ronca voice. So, I mean, I'm also older, so my key range naturally is gonna change. We'll say that. No, I'm just kidding. Make
Well, it's tough
excuses.
being
Make
23,
excuses.
like you. It's tough being 23, so I
I
understand.
know. I know.
Girl, you just blame it on the COVID. My doctor told me
Blame
that. He was like, if there's ever anything that's unexplained, you just blame it on COVID. COVID
I'm
did
Yeah.
it.
like
Okay, fine.
COVID.
And I don't like that dude, man. He's ruining everything, man. He's a party pooper. I don't like that vato.
So when I'm like being obnoxious or a brat, I just say, huh, it's the COVID.
I know. No, no, but it really, really was. It really stinks.
Billy says, Billy Silva says, "Can you bring tacos on the way home or a plate of Cristelos fried
I'm
fish?"
actually here at Cristello's house right now. I
Are
was
you?
like, friend, set me up a little background or anything. So, because if not, y'all would have had me on my couch, girl. I would have been just,
Hey, I would have like switched locations to my couch too. We could have matched.
I would have just been holding the tablet, switching. He's like, no, friend, you got to be professional. I'm like, no, I know, no, I know.
Yeah, Cristelo, he's the bomb. Thank you, Cristelo, for all
He's
your
actually
help. We
logged
love
on.
it,
Hi,
brother.
friend. Thank you for this setup. I told him, I
Yeah.
was like, you want to come on for a little bit? He's like, no, not done. No te creas.
Tell Cristelo, come on, give him a big kiss for me.
I know.
He knows I love him to death. That's all that
Aw.
matters.
He's one of my best friends. He really,
He's a
really
sweet,
is.
he's a sweetheart. He really is. He's man. What a voice! What a
And
voice!
he's one of a kind. His personality, That's why he's one of my best friends. Cause está loco.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, you put some stuff on social media. I'm like,
I
oh,
know. I
oh.
live for his post.
I'm like, okay, so let's keep going.
You're all scroll. You keep scrolling.
just keep going. Just keep going.
No, I just instantly turned into the Pope. The Pope. I'd read it and I would, oh, I'm gonna Soblin.
That's
Oh my
so
goodness.
funny.
No, that's cool. So, so I don't even know why I said that. But uh, with with your 200 Copa, why did you what made you want to do that song? I mean, obviously it's a good song, but I mean, that's why did you decide to do that song, and what was your motivation behind it?
Eho, babe, I'm gonna put you on blast. Since you're watching,
And you want
honestly, like honestly, we got into an argument, and it was typical husband and wife stuff. But you know how you get to that point to where you can't even stand each other, and you're just like, ugh.
Oh yes.
So we had gotten into it, and I was like, you know what, I'm leaving, I'm going to the gym. So there I am, put my headphones, working out. And I'm a huge Carol G fan, so I put on the Carol G station on Pandora, and 200 copas, and I just hear like, and I'm just like, wait a minute. I was like, does she know my life? No te creas.
You know my life.
What's he talking about me?
I was like, okay, and then so then I go into my iTunes, and I download it, and I read the lyrics, because I was like, did she say what I think she said? you know. So I read the lyrics, and I was like, and I was furious. I immediately forwarded to my producer. I was like, I want to do this, but I want to do it my style. And he's like, okay, give me a day or two, like that. I go, but you gotta hurry, because I'm really upset right now, and it's gonna come out, con puro coraje.
I love it.
Oh my god! And and my husband was there when I was recording it. And the entire time, he would leave the room rolling his eyes, and I'm just like,
Mm.
let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Got more
Uh,
emotions.
Yeah, if the shoe fits, right?
no.
It's burning. It's burning.
I was like, can you just stand in front of me where the mic is at? No, I literally put a picture of him like on my like little stand. And I was singing the Puro Coraje. And every time he kept coming in and out, I was like, oh,
The Pope said,
right?
woo, wee.
You didn't like crumple the picture and then throw it at him, right?
Yeah, throwing darts right now. But so it was so funny, because my producer's looking at me like, he really pissed you off, didn't he? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, we're gonna keep this one. So that's why he didn't want me to re-record it, because he was like, you could feel that emotion, that angriness, and he got to witness a little bit of the drama. Even though we were talking, you could feel that tension, right? No, but nada. After I recorded, he was like, you did
Oh,
okay. I
I,
was like, yeah, well, you play okay too. My husband plays for Bobby Pulido. He's a
uh,
percussionist.
oh,
Um, and so I was like, yeah. Well, at that time he was playing with Stephanie Montiel, but I was like, yeah, well, you play okay too. So there's that. And then con más coraje, right? No, but then like my producer goes and goes to the studio, does his thing, sends it back to me, and he's like, listen to it, whatever you want to change, we do it. So I send it to him, because he's like, he helps me, he criticizes me, whatever, tells me what I need to do, and sometimes it really pisses me off even more. But I gotta take it, because it's only gonna make me better, right? So he listened to it, and he's like, I take it back, I think this is like one of the best songs you sang. I was like, it's because you pissed me off. He goes, maybe I need to piss you off more often. And I was like, no, no, ya te quería correr.
well,
So needless to say, we made, I mean, obviously we made up. We're still here.
I mean, sometimes emotion is good.
Exactly.
Migo Mariano says that, hey, Tina Mares, congratulations on your
Hey,
new single. All the best.
friend, it's been a
Yeah,
long time. Let's do
Mingo.
lunch.
That's right, Mingo.
oh,
You keep doing your podcast, brother. I watch your podcast, so I like a lot of the old.
Yes.
I a lot of his interviews and
Mhm.
everything. Very informative, very entertaining person, man. Keep up your job, buddy. Chris Zavala.
Oh my
Oh
God, I
yeah,
love his
he's doing a
personality.
yeah. He's great. He said fire. He says Chris is saying hola amiga Tina
Hey,
Mares.
Chris. Thank you
Yeah,
for tuning in.
congratulations on the
It.
new single. Cool, cool, cool. He says, and congratulations on the new single. And my friend Paul. Hey, what's up, Lawrence? Hey, Paul, how you doing? He big supporter of Tejano music. I've known him a long
Aw.
time, man. He's
Ooh,
always
shout out to my brother-in-law Ben Ozuna, who's also tuned in. Hey,
oh
brother.
really
He actually had
oh
a birthday on Saturday, so in front of everybody,
happy
happy
Aw, happy
birthday.
birthday.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. That was my Miguel uh, Madonna song voice.
Christella, look, I go to church on Sundays. I'm not gonna say everything he said, but y'all can read it.
Not gonna read it. Not gonna read it. No, no, I don't know. I just, but no, no. I'm glad that you shared that story. It's interesting how emotion carries on with some of that stuff, and I think that's one of the reasons that fans stick with you the way they do is because of the fact that you're able to convey your emotions through your music, and it's one of
Yeah.
the wonderful things that you have about you. Even though I think what separates you from a lot of female artists is not only that you have their tone of voice, which is a lower register, um, but it's also you're able to project your emotions, and I think it comes across a lot more. It's much more emotionally based, your music, and you're able to connect with your audience with your emotions a lot more. That's really a special thing,
I
and
want to
I
say
think
that I'm like the Beyonce of the man-hating music. No te creas.
hey, that's gonna be
I
insane.
honestly, you know what? Let me tell you. I think I have like one song that's probably about love, and the rest are like, "Oh, you cheated on me. You left. I'm mad at you."
No. She's a country song in
Ay,
life,
ay,
in real
ay.
life. She's got everything. Everybody's leaving me. The cat, the dog, the chicken, the hog, the family, the friends, and everybody's left
Hasta
me.
la voz.
Even my voice left me. Everybody.
Oh my god.
Who's here? I don't know. I don't know who it was, but whoever it was, they're gone.
I know. So okay, so the new song I'm working on is actually gonna be a love song, and I'm like, "Whew, you're gonna have to buy me flowers or something." But we're gonna leave it at flowers, okay?
Flowers.
It's come on, is it really?
Aw.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So, one of your songs that you did that I think it was one of your first ones, isn't it? No me olvides, no me olvidarás.
No me olvidarás.
So tell me about that song, sweetheart. What's that song about?
Um, Let me think back on the lyrics. Hold on. Yeah, well, he left me.
So did it
No,
close
so
it
No
or
Me
what?
Olvidarás was written by Juan Trevino. You know what? Is it bad to say I love sad songs? I
It's
don't
not
know
bad
what's
to
wrong
say.
with
It's
me. I was like, I don't know what's wrong
it's
with
because it's
me.
a human emotion and everybody goes through it.
Um,
That's why everybody
no,
goes through the
so
human
so
emotion.
basically he was like cheating on her. And at the time I had a friend who was getting cheated. I was like, uh-huh, and what else? Tell me your story.
Ooh, girl, I
So
know you.
yeah, I was like, I got you, I got you. We're gonna put him on blast and we're gonna like no.
And I'm not gonna say your name.
I'm not
But
gonna say your name, but it's for you, girl. I try to sing to my friend, and you know what? It's so my friends are like, "You're so mean, dude." Like I'm over here crying to you, and you're just like, "Uh huh." And then, like, what else? What did you feel
yes.
when he did it?
And what did
It's
no
so,
me
I'm so sad.
dirás?
Oh.
I'm
Uh-huh.
so sad. I was like,
What did he say? Oh,
uh-huh.
It's like,
And then
come
they
back.
start laughing. They
how do
start
you?
laughing. They're like crying, and then they laugh. They're like, "You're just thinking of something else you're gonna write or you're gonna do on your next song." And I was like, "You keep me going, girl.
You're my inspiration.
I feel you, but guess what? Thank you. You're inspiring me.
Thank you so very much. We're gonna teach him a lesson because he's gonna know.
He's gonna learn today.
Of course, these boots are made for walking. Well,
Oh,
that's a really good song. I know it's one of your first music videos that you put out there, and I have it
yes.
here, and I wanted to go ahead and share it with the people, with the fans. For those people that are joining us on Facebook and on YouTube, you're going to be able to see it. For those of you that are joining me on QVO Radio FM, you're going to be able to hear it, and also on Twitch and also on Mixcloud, you'll be able to hear it. So this is Tina Mares. No me olvidarás. It goes like this.
Que cómo hice yo para olvidarte, porque ha sido difícil de tu parte, que sueñas de nosotros por las noches, que aquel recuerdo no ha salido en flote. Lo que me ayudó fue tu desprecio, o que quizá te olvidaste de eso, y que con los días que me mentías, conmigo hacías tú lo que querías, hasta que yo me cansé. Entre una lágrima floté, fue cuando tú te diste cuenta que era una suma de la resta. Pero no te olvides, lo único que hice fue dejarte de amar. Las memorias están plasmadas en mi historia, en mi alma. No me olvidarás, pero quizás un día me dejes de amar. Hay que darle tiempo al tiempo para olvidar los sentimientos, pero no mi recuerdo. Lo que me ayudó fue tu desprecio, o que quizá te olvidaste de eso, y que con los días que me mentías, conmigo hacías tú lo que querías, hasta que yo me cansé. Entre una lágrima floté, fue cuando tú te diste cuenta que era una suma de la resta. Pero no te olvides, lo único que hice fue dejarte de amar. Las memorias están plasmadas en mi historia, en mi alma. Tú no me olvidarás, pero quizás un día me dejes de amar. Hay que darle tiempo al tiempo para olvidar los sentimientos, pero no mi recuerdo.
Ooh la. That was Tina Mares. Tina Mares. Hey, that was pretty good, girlfriend. Woo.
Hijo, my these comments nomás no. I can't even do it. Everybody's like he left you for that big girl also. Oh man. I have some great friends.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh man, look at her. You were looking, I mean, you're banging in that video, girlfriend.
Thank you.
So, I was like, man, look at that. Yeah. She gonna give you that. What was that? That that look.
That mad look.
That
That's how I
mad
look when
look.
I'm mad. Not the
Hijo.
class. I'm gonna give a shout out to my cousin Ray Mares. Thank you
Hey,
for
Ray.
tuning in. He's my brother. I call him my brother. We're so
Oh,
close. But thank you,
Rick
cousin, for
Valderrama
being in
says,
here.
sounds great. Thank
Hey,
you, Rick, for
Rick.
joining us.
hey Rick.
Rick, back in the saddle. Rick, my main man, Rick, good buddy of mine, man. He took me out to go eat, and I was we every time I go into San Antonio, we always get together so we could go out to eat. And I was like, dude, what's with San Antonio? Y'all guys only have like fast food and Mexican restaurants. Don't y'all know what Italian is?
We do have
Oh,
Italian restaurants.
No, you don't.
We do have Italian.
No, you don't. Olive Garden is not an Italian restaurant. Okay,
No, we have.
not an Italian restaurant.
What are those? We have more than. What do we have?
Boombas Pizza is not an Italian restaurant. it's,
No, no, no. We have a couple of good
it's
restaurants.
like I was like I was like, ay vey.
I can't think of them right now because I eat nothing but Mexican food. Pero they're here.
Geneva,
oh,
Shout out to
friends of the show.
Geneva.
Geneva
Thank you,
Buenos
Geneva, for
Aires.
tuning
He
in.
says, Felicidades,
aw.
muñeca. Loving your new track. Hola, Lawrence, and hola, Ilda. How are you doing, Geneva? Thank you so very much for being here.
Oh, hey Geneva.
Yes, she's got her hot new track that's going on as well. Excuse me. So thank you very much, Geneva. Thank you for joining us. And you're right. Tina's song is a hot song. That's kind of we just wanted to kind of re-go back. And he goes, hey, Rick says, "Hey, Bob's Chop House was not Mexican in deal." That's right, it wasn't. But I don't want to go back because it was like $55 for a plate. It was like,
Y'all are making me hungry talking about all this food.
No.
but it was
I know.
that was so expensive. That steak was like I was afraid to eat it. I
But
was
was
like,
it good? Then
hell yes, it was.
it's worth it.
It was so
Then
dang.
don't say we don't have Italian. No te creas.
It was not
Oh
Italian.
my
That was a
gosh.
steakhouse.
Oh,
That
I
was
don't even know what that
full on
is.
100%. I got my cowboy on when I got walked in. And I was like, "Holy hell, how y'all doing?" Well, I go sit there, and he goes, "Well, what? How do you want that steak done, sir?" And I said, "Hell, I wanted the old cowboy where it plunk off the horns, knock off the hooves, wipe its ass, and throw it on the plate. That'll be done for me. I want it blood red raw." So, but yeah, no, it was Bob's Steakhouse was great. That Chop House was
Fazoli's. Have you got a Fazoli's?
Fazoli's. No, I have not. I honestly haven't.
Okay, when you come to San Antonio, we're gonna try all the Italian restaurants.
That's a date because
You're off.
because I have to. And you know what's funny is because you know they're like, "Oh man, you're gonna love this place. The pozole is awesome." And we get there and it's like, "And you, sir?" Actually, they'll ask me in Spanish, "Ba, ba, 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 ba," and it's cool. I do know Spanish, but if you speak too fast, I'm like, put on the brakes.
Slow down.
Only speak very slow. And so um, I'll be like, "Oh, I'll have eggs and beans because you can't mess those up. If you do,
No, hombre.
serious. Well, I can't.
I can't. We're gonna just have to go to taco stands, and
Well, I can't
there's a
do
lot of
the
good
because
taco
no,
stands here.
can't remember where I was, and then I mean, oh my, it's happened to me before. It's already happened. Rick, he's afraid of me now because like, oh, I can't remember where I was at, and somebody accidentally grabbed my water bottle and they drank out of it, and I guess they were eating peppers or something, and I grabbed it and I drank out of it, and my top lip went like this, and I looked like
Did you take a picture?
those African people that have the plate, that wooden plate in their middle, and I was like, I looked like a duck. I was like, because I had my big lip like this. You could park a car underneath my lip. That's how big it was. So yeah, no, I'm allergic to onions and peppers, so I have to be real careful.
Oh no, the good stuff.
And then Mexican say put onions and peppers. I don't know what it is, but that jalapeno salesman in San Antonio, he needs a bonus because he's putting jalapenos in everything. You want peppers in everything. What? Oh, mira, look, I got
Aw.
it, man. You want some beans? Mira, we're gonna put jalapenos in the beans. You want the potatoes? We're gonna put jalapenos in the potatoes. We're gonna put jalapenos in the eggs. What you got? Milk? We're gonna put jalapenos in the milk. We'll call it jalapeno milk. We're gonna put jalapenos in the apple juice. We're gonna apple jalapeno juice. You know, he's gonna get a Christmas bonus like you won't believe because he's putting jalapenos in everything. And so that's why babies have jalapeno juice, So that's how come I got to be careful. I order eggs, and that's it. And Huevos
No,
Rancheros
hombre.
comes with jalapenos and sauce and stuff.
Aw.
Have it. So I'll be like, can you just not put the sauce on it? And they're like, babada babada, and I'll be like, blanco. My first experience in Spanish, I was 15 in Mexico, and so I was
Uh-oh.
I was I was there with a friend of mine, and he took me in. I was like, "Oh, I'm going to another country. This is really awesome." And you know, Mexican girls are really pretty, by the way, all of them.
Come on. Yes.
I'm all duh. I'm all duh. Not the
Yes, they
grass.
are. I mean, very true. I mean, hello, Selma Hayek.
It's like we
Hello.
know. We know.
I know.
I know.
Yes, they are.
I'm
Of
all
course. I'm not lying. I know. If I'm lying, I'm dying. But here's the deal. I was 15 and unknowledgeable of Spanish other than jalapeno, Taco Bell, and all this other stuff. But so I saw this girl and I was like, wow, she's cute. And I walked by and she gave me a smile. She gave me and I was like, so I tell my buddy, I'm like,
oh my
dude, I
god.
gotta give me something to say to her so I could be like, you know, uh, you know,
Yeah.
and come on, bro. And he's like,
Oh my
I
god.
got you, bro. I got you. You
Oh,
go over there and you tell her this. And I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, bro. That's a panty dropper right there. And I'm like, right. So I walk
please
over
tell me you
there.
said it.
I still have I had long hair like I do now, but back then I had long hair. It's all sassy. I was like, I'm suave and debonair. I've got this nice don't sassy hair. Put my hand up against the wall and I was like, Hola, chica, yo como mocos. She busted out laughing. They all did, by the way. There were like five of them. And she goes, I don't think that's what you think it means. And I was like, I
You're
only
like,
talk
dang
English,
it.
thank
I
God.
could have just spoke English.
What did I say? Do you eat boogers? I'm gonna kill him. This is the, so that was my first foyer in Mexico. So that's sorry, I had to share that story with you.
Well, my question is, do we still eat mocos?
No, I don't eat mocos.
I just had to
That's a good
ask.
question. That's a good question.
It was
Inquiring minds want to know.
I
I
know.
was heartbroken, man. Come on, but no, that's what it is. I don't know why I shared that story, but I did. It was just a funny story. But no, it's anyway. It's my story of speaking Spanish and why I don't eat food. But I mean, I don't hold it against Mexican people because my friend did that to me. But I do. I have to be very careful. But anyway, that's why I have to be careful. I'm allergic to it. But getting back to Miss Tina Mares, instead of me yammering about myself, which is silly.
But
Sorry.
you and your mocos.
I
My
know.
mocos, my infamous mocos. Sorry. No. So you the Cien Años, and you're ready for a new one, and you've got this new song that's coming up. Can you give us a little bit more information about your new song, or you keeping it all under wraps?
No, we're gonna wait for the next interview on that. But it's
There,
a happy song. No one's getting their heart broken.
It's
it's
not
no
a
more
man hater song.
breaking.
No one's getting their heart broken on this one.
Are you sure? Because
Maybe, unless I don't know, unless things happen, babe, don't do it. because
So
I could change the song real quick. No,
it's
te
not
creas.
about
It's
it's not
it's
about
it's
some guy talking smack about eating mocos, is it? Because if it is, I know
no,
who
to
you're
get
talking about.
encounter and that's no,
No, that's gonna
no,
be the
it's
next
that's
one.
the next one.
Next song. Yeah. I know that guy. I know a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah, I know. I know a guy that ate his mocos in Mexico. I'm gonna send you
Oh,
his profile. No, te creas. Request him.
Request.
okay.
You can watch him live every Monday. He eats
It
his
was so
Yeah.
mocos
it was
live.
so sad too because I was like I thought I was really being cool. I was like, I mean, because I'm 15. What the hell do I know? You know, some dumb kid. I was like, yeah, how are you doing? Do I got some words for you, girlfriend? It's gonna blow your mind away. I'm from Vancourt, Texas, where the men are men and the scared. And so, but no, it didn't work. So
Oh,
no, I'm gonna cry. So no.
Pobrecito.
So, that the whole night.
You're gonna hear this story every time I see you now.
every week he's gonna hear it from him or
I
Every
hear that
Armando.
story almost every
Get him,
other
girl,
week.
get
But it's
him.
okay. Yeah. I'm hitting it off at the pass. I'll try to get ahead of it. So, real quick, as far as for your social media, so I know you have a Facebook and everything else. How can we get a hold of you if we want to if we want? Are you going to start getting back into it, or are you going to kind of wait till you get
I
some more
am.
music back underneath you, or what are you going to do? What are your plans right now?
I wanted to do both. I plan on doing both. Like, I'm gonna be releasing music a little more consistently.
Hmm.
And again, I feel like Los Cientos Copas was, it's still, my, if you hear my music, it's not, I don't fully say it's fully like Tejano, but hey, that argument with Frontera and everything where it's Tejano light or Norteño light, I was a little skeptical about releasing it because I'm like, if it sounds very, real like norteño a little bit, So I was like, shoot, what are they gonna say? Hey, let me be the talk instead of frontera for once, right?
There you
Hijo,
go. That
trying
sounds
to
like a
come.
great idea.
I know.
Yeah,
Let's
I
do it. No, let's start drama. Not te creas.
no
Um,
well. Well, for us, what we Hilda, I'm going to just if I'm saying this wrong, you can go ahead and interject, Hilda. But for Hilda and I, we firmly believe that if it's a good song, then it just should be heard. That's
Yes.
it.
yeah,
We don't
same.
we don't we leave it to the people. We leave it to the people to decide if it's a good song. It's you mentioned Bobby Pulido earlier, and I've said this before. I've actually had a conversation with Bobby Pulido where he was a little miffed at me or pissed at me because he had heard that had been saying something derogatory toward him, and it wasn't derogatory at all. Simply what I had said was that when I first heard Desvelado, I hated the song, and I still hate the song.
I
However,
love that song. Oh,
the song taught me a good lesson, and it taught me that not every song that I like, because it went platinum, not
yeah,
every song that I like is going to be a hit, and not every song that I dislike is not going to be a hit.
yeah,
So you should be more open and more objective and let the people decide.
exactly.
And so it's not up to me to decide this music. It's my job is to ensure that people get the opportunity to fall in love with the song, not
Yeah.
for me to sit there and decide whether this is a hit or not a hit. Now, I'm not going to
Yeah.
be that person that plays one song over and over and over and over again. I'm not going to do that. That's for sure. Norma Salazar says, hello from Holland, Michigan. How are you doing,
Hey,
Norma?
Norma.
Oh, hi, Miss Norma.
She says, hello, Rick B, and also to me and to Hilda. So, but yeah, I don't believe that I should be dictating to people what they should hear and what they shouldn't hear. Uh, I, I,
Agree.
the only thing that I should be doing is omitting music that doesn't meet the radio standard. And what I mean by that is if it doesn't
Yep.
have an ISRC code, then I shouldn't be playing it because first of all, you're not protected as an artist. And
Yeah.
I am a fully accredited radio station, and so we have all of our licenses: ASCAP, BMIC6, SOCOR, and so you
Awesome.
are not going to get the benefit of getting your royalties if you don't have an ISRC code. And plus, also my
Appreciate that.
automation system is going to spit you out. It's going to spit you out
Yeah.
because you don't have one automatically.
Yeah.
And secondly, if it's not mastered correctly, if it's mastered incorrectly, it's not only going to not play, it's going to sound like crap, on other people's system. You have to understand where it's being heard. A lot,
Yeah.
80% of the time it's going to be heard on somebody's phone. And
Yeah.
so the phone is not designed to to amplify or equalize a song that's been over sampled or over amplified, so it
Yeah.
doesn't have like a limiter or
Yeah.
an equalizer of some sort to reduce down so if it's too loud or the levels are all off, it's going to sound like crap. And so
Agree.
you can't
Agree.
do that.
Agree.
So if it's within if it falls outside of those parameters, then it's just not in its your best interest for that song to be heard, because
Yeah.
it's going to sound terrible. So those are the minimal standards that I have. But outside of that, it's the fans. Let the fans do their thing. Let the fans decide what is a good song, what is a bad song. But uh,
Yeah.
but I don't play banda. I don't
Dang it,
play
my next
banda.
song was gonna be a banda one. No te creas.
Obviously, right? Leave it for the
Hey, girl,
peanuts
we
and
should
the
just
elephant.
do it and then let's test that theory.
No, no, don't do it. It's gonna go with the elephants and the
I'm,
peanuts.
I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna surprise you. We're gonna be live again. We're gonna do this,
Right.
and you're
The,
here.
the trick
Tonka,
is we
tonka,
get it.
tonka,
Yeah.
tonka. No.
We get them while we're live, girls. Say, hey, no. I want you to hear this brand new song. Nobody
Yeah.
else has ever heard it. Oh, yes, play it. And then it's, yeah, puro banda.
Or
Exactly.
I'll have it playing in the background or something. Like you're gonna have to play it. No te creas.
It's funny.
Yes.
John Candy from that movie, Home Alone. Remember John Candy? He was part of a polka band. Polka, 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 polka. The polka kings of polka Pacoima and
Oh.
polka Christmas, and he had all these polka Tennessee and all this. It's just like, wow.
Oh.
I'll be honest with you. One of the first time that I've ever seen a banda, it was a banda Alc Angel Quince, something like that. It's the first time I've ever seen or ever heard of him. But the guy, he had the bass drum, right, and he had the cymbal on the bass drum, and boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I busted out laughing. People couldn't understand why it was so funny to me, and I was like, "You don't understand. The only time I've ever seen that was in Mary Poppins, when they sang Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. The
Oh
cartoon
yeah.
guy had the cymbal on top of his drum. So here's this grown ass guy going, "I'm so hot," banging on this drum with the cymbal, and I'm going Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So, sorry, that still makes me laugh. Esteban El
Oh my god.
Chapo Cerda says, "What if it's Devin Banda?"
Hey, that's a good point.
Yeah. She's got a song out. Devin's got a
She does
song
have
out.
a good song, and she's like an amazing vocalist too. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
she's
you play
she's
her
got
stuff, right? So,
she's got some pipes. She's making a comeback. She's with what's his
Lucky.
name? Lucky Joe. Yeah, thank you, Lucky
Mm-hmm.
Joe. And she's making a comeback as well. Getting back into the music, and I think that's one of the things that artists do. They find their safe spot in music, and they want
Well, I
to.
think for like us female artists, it's hard because we go through a lot of criticism. Women naturally we're catty, right? Well, I'm not catty. I'm pretty chill. Not the gas. We just stir the
depending
pot.
on the day, right?
Let's
Depending on
stir
the
the
day.
pot. Stir the pot. Hey, I'm chill, but over here, you better not piss me off, babe. Not the gas.
Don't, Chris,
And
what
like,
are you
don't
talking
get me
about?
started.
I'm just a
Don't get
nice
me started.
Chris.
No.
I'm a
I
nice
think that like
Chris.
as female artists, we take like a very we take big, like, hard hits, um,
Mhm.
you hear people, I mean, people talk regardless, right? Everyone's going to talk. Everyone has something to say, right? And I think that's male or female, but women, as women, we get criticized about our dress, the way we dress, about how big we are, how small you are. Like, first you're too big, then you lose weight, then you're too small. So that, and I think, like, not just that, and then, like, some women hate on each other, no one, no, I just felt like, even like, while this little time that I was taking my time off, I saw and heard so much, and I'm just like, I feel like as women, we should be bringing each other up, because we all need to survive. Like, this whole genre needs to survive, and I know that a lot of women right now, there's more female vocalists now than males, and Shelly has a big old hand in that. Like, she's
Yay,
pushing us
Shelly.
women. Yes, I love Shelly. Um,
Yes.
but I felt like if everybody is stuck there, and Costello said this before in his interview, he's like, we're not in competition, but we really are. But you know what? Like,
Mhm.
it's big enough for everyone.
Yep.
We need to unite to grow as a genre, because I'm not saying Tejano is dead, because it's not. I love Tejano, right? But it's struggling. It really, really is. And it's because of us. Like, we are all fighting with each other, like, male and females. You guys get it together, man, and just push each other. Like, what do you lose out of clapping for someone? So that's just my take on that.
No, and I
That's
agree with you because I think to me is that people, especially, they have to compare us because to them it's a competition, and then that
Yeah.
creates that competition because then somebody's going to say this or that or whatever, and it's just like, why is there a comparison?
Yeah.
We all have strengths, we all have our differences, we all have our weaknesses, and it's like we should be embracing that with not just within ourselves but also with each other. And girl, I'm right on the same page with you. Like, it is not a competition. Yes, okay,
No.
I can see how people can think that it is because we're all
Well,
in the
like, we compete for, like, an award naturally, right? Because somebody has to win an award, and it can't be everyone, right? But, like, be happy for the other person that won. If you didn't win, okay, there's always next year, or you know what I'm saying? Or work
yeah,
harder. I don't know. It's not like that. And in these 3 years that I took off, it's just, I think it's ugly in every industry, right?
yeah,
Everyone talks. There's hate. Look at, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, and, I can go on and list. But at the end of the day, like, they still, they do their thing, and they're hitting hits, and they applaud each other, whether they don't like each other or not. Even if it's to save face. If you don't have anything nice to say, then mira, I'm old school. Don't say
exactly.
it. Keep it to yourself. Tell your best friend, right, Costello? Nothing else. I'm waiting. I shouldn't even bring him in because I already know. um, no, it's just,
well,
in these 3 years, it honestly, I kind of felt like it for a little while. I didn't even want to come back because it's just so dramatic. Um, and I mean, like, it's like you said, if they talk about you good or bad, it's still free advertisement, right? But I don't know. I don't know.
But
It's
it
just
gets
sometimes
hard.
it's too
Like,
much.
yeah, emotionally, it really takes a toll on you. And you do question, like, hey, do I want to stay in this business? Do I want to
Do
keep
I
doing?
want to go through that?
Yeah, is it worth it?
Yeah,
And that's the saddest part of it all, when something that you love causes so much grief in your life too, all at the same
exactly. On top of what's going on in your life, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, music is life, and you add all of the other dramatic that is in music. It's kind of like, do I want? I've changed. Like, my personality has changed. I used to be smile, hey, you have to be cordial with everyone and stuff
You
like
have to
that.
be on all the time.
Yeah, like, and it's exhausting, to be honest,
Yes.
so now I'm just honest. I'm just honest up front. If you say something I don't like, I'm gonna say it, with respect, obviously. But it's our industry is struggling right now, and I think that we all need to get it together if we want it to survive. And like this whole Grupo Frontera thing, they call themselves Tejanos, and that should be a big, round of applause for
Yeah,
us, right? Because
I
that,
agree.
if there's labeling themselves as Tejanos, then I mean, he just recorded a song with Bad Bunny, and that's huge. So
Yeah.
when people talk about evolution in music, to me, that is evolution of the comfort zone. And now you're the best song in the world. And it put the hunt on the map again. Honestly, that's my opinion. But
Yeah.
it's my opinion. Everyone has one, and people will think what they want, but hey, applaud. What does it hurt?
Girl, I think
They're
it's
doing
amazing.
something for us.
Other than Selena, which I mean, no
Yeah.
disrespect, because I love her, but
Yeah.
she has been gone for how many years? And that has truly been the only one that's been internationally recognized from Tejano music. And now
Yeah.
here we have Grupo Frontera, and here, they busted that door wide open with
Yeah.
one song, and they
Exactly.
are proud to say they're Tejanos. And
Yes.
so I'm just like, I see the hate, and I think it's sad. I think that anybody who wants to be associated and call themselves a Tejano or a part of Tejano music, we should be embracing them and being thankful that they're bringing so much positive attention
Yes.
to
No,
the industry that's so desperately needed right now.
no, and what gets me even most that, we have a bunch of artists and musicians that come out live and they talk about the best thing about Tejano is that we can sing everything.
Mhm.
But then, they
When they
contradict
do,
that when they're like, it's not
yeah,
Tejano. You're like, I don't get it. It's tomato, tomato. It's the same thing. So you guys, like, come on, clap
or
for
like
everyone.
girl,
you have
like
all
you
these
and I can
people
be besties,
supporting
man.
you, you have all
Do
these
we just
people
become
supporting
best
Bad
friends?
Bunny.
Yeah, I think so. Cristello, I'm sorry, I just told your best friend.
For
I came
me,
in for the sneak attack. No,
for me, it's like these people that go on and talk about how great Bad Bunny is and everything else, and then they turn right around and talk about how artists without that sing with tracks are not real artists. And I'm like,
yeah.
Bad Bunny sings with tracks,
I know, and
and
he's making more than
yeah, I know,
No,
any of
I'll go
us.
a step
Shoot.
further. Taylor.
yeah, Taylor Swift sings with tracks. But see, I know from both sides. Being I was an engineer for a long time, a sound engineer, and also as a DJ and as a promoter and as a business owner and all this other stuff. you know, Being a track artist is hard. You have to
It
sing in
is.
time. You have to be in the pocket at all times.
Hmm.
You don't have the luxury of of
Extending your note or like
extending your notes or
letting the
improvising or
crowd
anything
sing with
else.
you because they better be on track. No.
You
Or
got to be on
talking
time.
to the crowd like that, because
Yeah,
Yeah.
with a band, like you can sit there and just have them vamp, the same couple of,
Just be like, you know
verses,
what?
whatever.
Stop.
Just
What do
keep
y'all
going,
think?
keep going.
yeah,
But with the
Yeah.
track, you're like, wait, 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 stop,
yeah.
go back.
You
We're
don't.
gonna rewind the
Yeah.
whole song again,
You
Yeah.
cannot do. You cannot. So I mean,
which
it
I
takes
have done that
talent.
before.
It takes talent to sing along with a track. You can't just disavow a person just because he's singing with a track. It takes a lot of talent to sing on time. And even people that play with tracks, especially a drummer who has to sing, has to play with a metronome. You know, drummers with a metronome is just they're a special breed.
Oh
But
yeah.
that's to turn around and sit there and disavow them just because of that is just it's
Yeah.
incomprehensible to me. I
Yeah.
don't understand how that is even a thing. It's not. They are talented singers. Just
Yeah.
because their music is coming from a track doesn't mean that it wasn't played by somebody. It's actually played by somebody.
Yeah.
It's just that it's recorded. But the fact
Hmm.
that their voices are live, their voices are still being heard, and their voices are true and they're in time and
Yep.
they are just as good. And
Hmm.
if you go, wow, she sounds just like the record. Well, you know what? That's because she's singing it live and she's that
Yeah.
amazing. It's a
Yeah.
wonderful thing all artists should be accepted for who they are. And,
Hmm.
you know, they're, the acceptance value I think is opening. I think that's why we have so many women on here. I am one of the ones I've said this before that I was embarrassed. I embarrassed myself by saying, women take over, women take over. It's not. It's never been a woman takeover. Women have
No.
been here the whole time. Women are
Yeah.
finally getting the respect that they deserve
Recognition. Yeah.
from the very beginning, the recognition and the respect that they deserve from the beginning. So
Yeah.
that's the way it's the appropriate definition for what is happening
Hmm.
today.
Yeah.
And with that acceptance, that broad acceptance that's happening. I hope that it keeps broadening, and I hope that it keeps enveloping people and letting people experiment with their, we say, where's the new music, where's the new music, we're tired of old music. We'll give new music a chance then. And
Exactly.
I think that's one of the reasons that our radio station here, Ilda, is doing as strong as it is. 98,000 listeners a month is a good reason. It's because
Awesome.
we give people an
Yeah.
opportunity. If you listen to us, I guarantee you're going to hear something you haven't heard before, because
Awesome.
we give new music an opportunity. With that being said, let's go ahead and take an advantage of that and listen to 200 Copas.
Yay!
Our new single, 200 Copas. By the way, Jonathan Jimenez, he says, hey, it's an awesome new single, 200
Thank
Copas.
you, Jonathan.
Goes like this.
La veo sufriendo sola aunque lo niegue. Se muerde los labios para poder ser fuerte. ¿Cuántas horas de llorar son suficientes para entender que no es amor, así que suerte? Ella trata de aguantar y no se enoja. Te da más amor porque no quiere perderte. Pero que va, él por ti no llora más. Y hoy voy a pedirle que te deje porque ya no vale nada. Amiga, deja solo a ese payaso. Si le pagaran por hacerte sufrir ya sería millonario. Desde ahora se convierte en adversario. Y hoy salimos a beber si es necesario. Y nos tomamos unas 200 copas que hayan en la barra. Y nos subimos a cantar la tusa hasta que todos se vayan. Esa noche voy a cumplir con mi misión. Y es que tú repitas el pedazo mientras él y no soy yo. Uy, sírveme otra. Otra vez te falla y dice que lo siente. Ya tiene el truquito ese pa' convencerte. La rutina es que con otras se divierte. Llegue a casa y quiere hacerse el inocente. Tiene cara pa' comprarte con detalles y una labia digna de recuperarte. Pero que va, tú por él no lloras más. Dile a ese pendejo que se vaya porque ya no vale nada. Amiga, deja solo a ese payaso. Si le pagaran por hacerte sufrir ya sería millonario. Desde ahora se convierte en adversario. Y hoy salimos a beber si es necesario. Y nos tomamos unas 200 copas que hayan en la barra. Y nos subimos a cantar la tusa hasta que todos se vayan. Esta noche voy a cumplir con mi misión. Y es que tú repitas el pedazo, mierda es él y no soy yo. Sírvenos otra. Amiga, no estás sola. Aquí estamos todas las demás. Pero esta noche ya no lloras más.
Well, there you are.
Wee,
Right,
wee.
amazing. I love it. I love it so much.
I loved
Oh,
it. And I love
Thank
that you came with
you.
the drums and everything else. It sounded really, really good. Nita Alexander, she sat there and she gave you a bunch of
Hey,
drums.
Nita.
Yeah, there you go.
and I'm so jelly. Oh my god, your low register is just so beautiful,
Yeah,
so
I needed
freaking
to share
beautiful.
this. I'm sorry, Hilda, I didn't mean to interrupt there, sweetheart, but I wanted to share this. This one was one of the comments earlier that I didn't get to share with Esteban Cerda. He says, I agree with y'all. There's enough for all of us to eat. Esteban, he plays with the Sweet City band from with Angelique, which is
Oh, I love Angelique.
yeah, and he
Yes.
says the industry needs to be willing to evolve. We don't ride. We don't ride in covered wagons anymore to get to town to town. Don't get me started on this topic. It's a dead end of a topic for me. I love Tejano music, and I've recorded an album that wasn't even that wasn't classified. You know what? And you're right. And I have that album actually. He was with those guys, and he says it's an awesome song, but it's true. Progressive, it needs to be an expanded idea, and it needs to be at the forefront of what it is that we do. Progressive merely means is just the acceptance of different and new.
Yeah.
Different and new does not mean that we are destroying the old. It only means that we're accepting the new. um, as a Native American, we say that we our door should always face the east. That is the rising sun, and we always walk toward the sun. The reason we do that, rising through the east, is because we are facing the light, and we walk through the light, and our shadow falls behind us, and the shadow is the dark, and all of the bad things we leave behind. So we walk toward the light and away from the dark. So it's always the new and leave the old behind. And
Yeah.
so that is the progression that we should be following instead of
Yep.
this constant regression of going back and back, because
Yeah.
we don't walk new paths. We if we
We
don't
pave new
walk,
ones.
yeah, we have to pave new ones. If not, then we are just destined to repeat the same thing over and over
Yeah.
again.
Exactly.
And that we don't want to be. And like I had an interesting conversation when I was there in San Antonio during fanfare with a musician, and he said he's afraid that Tejano music is going to become the next Motown. And
Mm,
it's an interesting perspective, because Motown, they had a bunch of hits in the 50s and
yeah.
60s, and that's it, because all the great singers stopped. And Motown is just known as Smokey and the Robinson, the Supremes, and that's it. You know, and nobody carried the torch. And you know, but I believe that we have the talent, and we have the people, and I believe in the talent and the people that we have today. And much like yourself,
Agree.
Tina,
Thank you.
people cannot say you are a new artist. You may be new to them, but you've been doing this for a long time, like you said, since you were
Yes, for years.
since you
I
was
actually started in the 90s, like when right literally right after Selena passed.
wow.
I was picked up and I was gigging Wednesday through Sunday, going to school, mariachi. I hit the floor running, you know. Um, and I just like it's been a long time. I do it because I love it, you know. I don't care if I make if I make it big, if I ever win an award, because what is it gonna do? It's not gonna. I do it for love, for the love of music, you know. Would it be cool? Yeah, but that's not my goal. My goal is just to keep singing because, like I said in the beginning of this, interview, is I love music and that's how it gets me through a lot in life, you know. And so when I do release a song, the idea is to touch someone who's going through it, you know. Um, we're living in very hard times right now. This world is so crazy. And if I can touch one person with something or help them, then you know what? My job is complete, you know? Um, I don't need the recognition awards. I'm pretty low key. If you can see on my profile,
Mhm.
I'm not I'm just kind of like, hey, like how are you? No. But
But no, it's wonderful in the fact that you're still in love with music, and you're still in love with what it is that you do. And even though it was a struggle, and I can't imagine how
yeah,
painful it must have been to not being able to do your what you
what
love.
you love? Yeah.
What you love, and that in itself is is tragic. It's a great tragedy. To have this talent
Yeah.
and not be able to express it. You know, but by the same token, here you are triumphantly making it back, and you're
Thank
back,
you.
and this is your house, and you are more than welcome to be here. Come back anytime that
Yay.
you want to. This is
Thank
your
you.
house, and your
Thank
music
you.
is going to be on our station. And whenever you have more time to come back to us, you are more than welcome to
Yes,
come back to us. We
I would
really do
love that.
appreciate everything. This has come to the point where you are given the opportunity to go ahead and share everything. Make sure that you mention your where we can get your merch or where we can find some more information. It is all up to you. You can say your thank yous, your well wishes, or whatever it is that you want to say. The floor is entirely yours. Hilda and I will step out, and this is your time.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. First of all, my husband says that I already won the award, which is him. Yeah, right. As far as merchandise, I am working on new merchandise because if you guys know me, when y'all came to my parties, I kind of just gave them away. So there's that. I was just happy passing things out. Here, take a shirt, take a hat. So I'm getting new merchandise for sure. You can find me on all digital download platforms. I have 6 songs that are out right now, working on new music. Um, my new album will not have all of the other songs I've released before. It's going to be all new, except for Dos Cientos Copas. Um, my Instagram, add me on Instagram, Facebook, not Twitter. I haven't, but I don't get on it too much. I do have a fan page because my pages are filled up a little. So if I don't add you on Facebook, then please just go to my fan page and request Dos Cientos Copas. Call your DJs wherever you guys are at and tuned in and request my song. And I truly, truly appreciate you guys for believing and for continuing to follow me and be a fan and a friend. And some of you guys have became family to me. So thank you guys for the support and inspiration.
Well, there you have it, Tina Mares. Tina,
Yay.
that was great. Thank you. And Gina just joined us. Jenny, I said Gina.
Hey
Jenny
Jenny,
just
we
joined us.
got Joe Vick on the line. I want to speak really quick. Joe Vick Reina. We got
Uh-huh.
Andy Bustamante. Let me see.
Rick Valderrama,
Rick Valderrama,
Esteban Cerda.
my mother-in-law Barbara Silva, my cousin. I have a lot of people. My friend Disa. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like and share. Play it if you want. Not to guess.
No,
Let's
don't.
repeat this whole thing. But thank you guys. Thank
Yeah.
you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank to all of y'all that are tuning in. And if this is your first time, this is it. Every Monday, we do interviews with artists, and yeah, once a month we do a new music Monday where we get together and play new music that we get right, Hilda.
That's
And
right.
so we try to share their wealth, and thank you to everybody that joins us, and we really do appreciate all the efforts, and thank you, Tina, for being here. I really do appreciate you, and I'm sorry went off on a tangent on my yokomomokos, but I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Ay, Dios
It's
mío.
okay. You're never gonna live it down. We're gonna make you a shirt. No
Right.
te creas.
We're gonna get you like a hat that says "Yo
I'll
como
put my logo that says Yo Como Mocos. No te
Oh my
creas.
God, the Komomokos, the T-shirt. It's Super Moko Guy
Oh
coming
my god.
into your theater.
Ay, Dios
That
mío.
would be an awesome show. I want to watch
Oh
that.
my.
So no, that's cool. So when can we expect your new song coming out? Or are you gonna sit on this one and cook it for a while? Are you gonna make a music video?
In another 3 years, no te creas. I'm hoping. I'm
You know what?
Hey, I
no,
know a
I'm just
really good
kidding.
videographer. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I
No, the goal is probably in 2 to 3 months. I'm working on it now.
mhm.
So I
Well,
don't want to release it right away. Well, I don't know. Maybe it may be sooner than 2 months. You know what I mean?
well,
Because I
honestly,
like Dos Cientos Copas is a cover, and hey, why not just release you as an original, right? So it may be sooner, but I would say 2 months.
yeah, honestly, now that I think about it, that's really an unfair question because of the fact that it's so hard. I think we take it for granted for those of us that aren't the artists that actually know the whole process in making a song, because there is a huge process in making a song.
There is.
It's and I only know this because I'm good friends with Sevi Contreras, and I help manage a couple of people, and I know the process of going into the studio, writing the song, first of all, going into the studio, recording the dummy tracks, and then coming back, recording vocals, and then you got to get the right guitarist, and sometimes the accordionist isn't there, blah 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 blah, and then you're mastering and mixing and mastering and remastering, and then okay, this is the final song, and oh, I don't like this one, and oh, we need to change this, and then blah blah blah. And,
My producer calls me PETA, short for pain in the ass, right? So he'll send it to me complete, and I'll just be like, "Did you hear that? Like, did you hear it? What?" Like, go to like one point, and he's just like, "You know what? I'm just gonna just yeah." Like he's quit on me so many times. He's quit on me so many. He goes, "You're painted," and the next morning he's like, "All right, I'm over it. What do you want me to do?" And I'm like, "Well, do you think that?" And me and him are so much like, but yeah, the goal is 2 months. So with
that's
video y
that's
todo.
that's great. I mean,
No,
I think we're all just glad that you're giving us, you're sharing your gift with us. I think that's the main thing. Thank you so very much
Yeah.
for allowing us to enjoy your company and your music. And I'm glad
thank
that you're
you.
you're here, sharing your music with us once again.
Me
And it's good
too.
to have another voice. Helping spread Tejano music throughout, and also the fact that it doesn't hurt that you're stunningly beautiful. That doesn't hurt, but the fact that
Thank you.
you know,
My
you know,
hair flip. No te creas.
no, it's
Well,
good that
thank
you're
you. No, just kidding.
all right, right. Somebody was telling him to flip his hair. No, just kidding. No, but I mean, it's cool that you're here, and the more the merrier. And I know there's people that are contrary to that, that think
Mhm.
contrary to that, and they can think all they want to, but I think the fact that um, it just makes us stronger. And
Yeah,
what we should do is just support each other, like you said before. We need to support each other, and
we will.
mm, we can be better, we can do better, we can achieve what it is that we want to achieve, as long as we support
Yeah.
each other and keep moving forward, keep
Mm,
Yep.
striving to be better. And that's the only
yeah.
goal. When I started this radio
Yeah.
station, I didn't want to do anything but support my military families, my buddies overseas, because I'm a veteran myself, and I know. And look where we are now. And
Yeah.
it's solely because of the fact that we adhere to that simple fact that good music deserves to be heard.
Yeah.
Give people the opportunity to fall in love with
Agree.
music, and that's it. So, with that being said, Ilda, do you have anything, sweetheart?
Tina, thank you so much for coming on. It's been amazing to sit here and get to talk to you, get to know a little bit more about you. And your voice is amazing. I absolutely love that low register. I'm so
I love
jelly.
you. I
But
love
keep
you.
doing you, girl.
Thank
And I
you.
hope to see you really soon and actually meet you in person. I'd love to catch
Yes.
you at a show.
Yes.
Maybe do lunch, girly things we can get our
All the
or something.
tacos.
I truly feel like I just met like my new bestie. So thank you for that. You're so awesome. But no, it's been a blast. Thank you for everybody for tuning in, all the amazing musicians and artists and fans. Man, you guys really make my Monday night. Like every week, this is what I look forward to. And of course, Lawrence, thank you for having me as your co-host. It's always a blast. So thank you guys and good night.
All right. Well, thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Tina Mares, Ilda
Bye.
Lamas,
Thank you
and
guys.
thank you very much, guys. We really do appreciate you here. You are the reason that we make it happen. Now, for those of you that are here and enjoyed, and if today wasn't your day, if you weren't feeling very good, or if maybe you were just feeling down, just remember, every day, planes take off against the wind. It's always going to be a better day tomorrow. All right, guys, keep your chin up. We're going to leave
And
you
listen to
with
200 copas.
yeah, listen to it. Get mad. What
Get
did you
mad.
do?
No,
Get mad and don't. I don't know. I can't do the writing. You were working out, weren't you? I can't do the workout thing. Well, for me, working out is channel up, channel down, channel up, channel down. That was hard. All right. Thank you so very much, guys. We're gonna leave you with a song from our Tina Mares, and this one is called Lake Lo Que Dadgummit. I
Lo
needed
que un
that.
día soñé.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's kick. I knew she was. All right, guys. This is Tina Maris, Indio Ilda Lamas on Cuba Radio. We'll see you next time, guys. Y'all have a good one. Hasta
Bye.
luego.
Tan solamente una razón para no quererte como hoy te quiero yo. Dame una señal, alguna excusa, por favor, que me haga comprender que quien espera no soy yo. Hazme entender que no te debo amar, que no me perteneces como lo quiero pensar. Hazme conocer rechazo total. Dígame que te amo porque yo no puedo más. Porque no cabe más amor en mi interior. Tú me has llenado de cariño el corazón. Aunque no quiera sin razón, sin darme cuenta con amor te estoy mirando. Porque eres todo lo que un día yo soñé. Me das la paz que en el infierno anhelé. Tú eres mi todo, eres mi luz, lo que yo siempre esperé y soñaba tanto. Mi amor. Porque no cabe más amor en mi interior. Tú me has llenado de cariño el corazón. Aunque no quiera sin razón, sin darme cuenta con amor te estoy mirando. Porque eres todo lo que un día yo soñé. Me das la paz que en el infierno anhelé. Tú eres mi todo, eres mi luz, lo que yo siempre esperé y soñaba tanto. Mi amor.
Thank you very much.